It what? So you're so you're on China? Xbox on Snap. Damn. Um, are you on China? No. What I'm saying is, are you on China? Okay. There you are. Huh. So, I think I'm gonna work on the L96 some more. Woohoo! You're in the bushes.
Objective Charlie. Check your maps for resupply location.
What?
Enemy soldier spotted. We now control Objective Charlie. Heads up, enemy sniper south of where you are. I spotted a hostile soldier. On an enemy machine gunner, due south of your location. Confirm missile launch. Impact seconds away. There's an enemy sniper south of your location.
Peppered at. Oh shit.
Spotted a sniper. Attack this objective! I got a visual on a hostile sniper east of you.
Oh, hi. I saw that. Ah. What's the matter? Oh. Bad internet. Your mom made you was the first one in the stream today and already talking.
HVT marked.
Welcome everybody. I am trying to take out some snipers, but I keep getting shot. There's the MVP. It's on the other side of the red wall.
I spotted a sniper.
There's a bunch of those snipers at Echo.
Looks like we have a sniper operating east of
I am really bad. Oh.
All squad. Supplies just came in.
Run away, run away, run away, run away!
Heads up. Enemy sniper south of your
Run
location.
away! Oh, I'm trying to at least get a few kills. Yeah, there we go. I want to finish this L96 today. My goal is to finish the L96. Use an actual scope. Yeah, I like the 4x though, because there's certain guns, certain sniper rifles that when you use the long-range scopes, they're just not very effective as far as a good sniper. So there's
Enemy machine gun spotted.
wow, that was terrible. Anyway, with certain guns, I like to use no longer than a 8x, or no more powerful than an 8x, just so that way, based on your zoom, it maximizes your amount of damage. The damage doesn't change regardless of the scope, but it's when you use a shorter scope on the kind of sort of like the L96 is a good one, and some of the other ones are pretty decent. On the really weak snipers, I try to use... Hello, Mike 421. Hello. I really like to use... On the weak snipers, like an RDS, use them close range. Halfway decent snipers like the L96 and whatnot, and the M98. The M98 is on the more powerful side, so I'll use an 8x, some with the 14x boost. But most of the other ones, I try to just use the 4x with. Especially on these smaller maps, there's no point in using any greater than a 4 or an 8x. If I had the 6x scope, I would use it, but I don't have it right now. That's what we're trying to accomplish today. What I do want to do, though... Holy hell, Batman. And I spawned and died. You may join, my friend. You may join. The more the merrier. That's for certain. Yeah, that Marine dude, the Mike 421 in the stream, yeah, he's asking if he can join. Absolutely. And anybody else that would like to play.
I can help you. Enemy soldier spotted.
Yeah, that dude like dropped straight to the ground. Oh no, I'm good. Oh, I'm not doing very good this morning, but my wife is here to keep me company, as well as all of you. Even though she's sick, so I feel bad. She's not feeling good. You're gonna die. I watched the dude run up from the left side of A. And I watched him try to run up the stairs, and I dropped down and fucking knifed him as somebody was shooting at him. Hello, Mike.
This is actual.
How's it going?
We have taken objective Echo.
You know, I'm doing better today than I was doing the past couple of days. Kind of dragging, not feeling very good.
Spotted a hostile soldier.
I don't. To be honest, I don't really know what it was. I don't know if like I'm feeling depressed or something. Oh, dude, that was a good one. Anybody watching? That was awesome. Yeah. There's not really a way to move the camera. It's face detecting. But she's not a very big camera person, so that's kind of that's another reason for us to grow this community, because if the community grows a decent size, then she's already said that she'll start her stream. You know, I'm gonna try to talk her into Destiny and whatnot as well, which I know she watched the Destiny beta. Well, she loves Mass Effect, she loves Halo, so, I mean, Destiny's awesome. What's the matter? Oh, I can pull out my SRR-61 and just start murking people. That'll make people quit. Alright, alright. You're in the bushes! Yeah, here, I'm gonna be really, really bad. I'm gonna use the 6x scope with the SRR. Ooh. It's a powerful enough gun that I could actually put a suppressor on it and it would still be a kill shot. So I'm gonna be a jerk and put a suppressor on it, and then we're gonna go. We gotta find some nice bright camo to upset people. So, not that one. Nah, let's do the black shark. What's that? Right? I told you, dude. I told you. And I will find you. Alright, so we got the SRR. There's a dude like right here. That's so dirty. It's so deadly of a shot with the 6. Mark, you should do the same, dude. You should run around. You should run around with the SRR with a suppressor and a 6x. And we'll just murk it up for a couple of rounds. And we won. I didn't even get a kill on that, but that's the goal. That's the goal. I'm gonna try to get everybody to run around with SRRs with suppressors on it, and we'll just murk people. 6x. I'm using the 6x. Well, then just pick a sniper. Pick a sniper. But remember, I was actually in. Do you remember Shanzi from the other night? Yeah. So I went in his stream today. He's a PS4 streamer. He actually had 50 some odd guys in viewing his stream. That was pretty crazy. Yeah, that's. I didn't see how many followers he's got, but you know, he was playing just like we are. I mean, he's just playing around, having fun. I gave him some tips on utilizing the, because he kept getting shot at in the AA gun. So I gave him some tips, get somebody on support to deploy an MP apps in front of it to protect against air fire, and then have either spawn with sniper or have a sniper come and deploy tugs next to it, so that no way you will detect people if they try to run up on you with C4. And you'll basically be invincible. I might mess around a lot, everybody, but I do know my shit. Some of the time. What have you for your internet upload speed? My upload's like 30 meg, something like that, 25 or 30 meg. I'm sorry if the stream's kind of laggy. It's on Xbox One, so their Twitch app is not all that great. I don't have a capture card yet, but I will. I vow to have a capture card. Good. Hey, 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 hey! Watch out, Marine! Marine, watch out! Yeah, dude, he came from his base to ours. Just teabag him. Just do that. Do. And we were gonna die anyway. There wasn't any way to really avoid it. So give me 1 second. It would play like Call of Duty. Oh my gosh, thank you, King Chiller, you are awesome. He is follower number 29. One more. What were you saying, Mark? Yeah. Dude, whoa. Do they have both helicopters. I'm alive. Zombie mode on just to die again. Yay! I need to spawn on EAS more. Try to spawn on him as often as possible so we can boost his points.
I spotted a helicopter from the east.
Everybody spawn on you with C4. No, I rock. Thank you. I wish they let us use rocks as weapons in this game. That would be awesome. Like run out of grenades and just start picking up rocks. Well, like Splinter Cell style, where you just like pick up something and throw it to distract the enemy. Now I see a RAR. And I see there's a bunch of enemies coming up to the top floor, Mark. Oh my gosh, we hit 30. No way. I didn't even know somebody else was in here. Dude, thank you guys. You guys are awesome. I couldn't even read that name. Hold on 1 second, dude. I want to give you a proper shout out. We're Twamus. I am sorry, dude. HDB Dud V Fuff VEU. Oh my gosh. I know. I'm about to get knifed. I'm about to get knifed. My teammate just got knifed up right next to me. I don't know. I like spawned on the spawn beacon, and then all of a sudden I heard somebody getting knifed. In case the chat is kind of goofy, I am chatting in a local party as well as to everybody in the chat room. So it's kind of goofy right now, but I do vow to fix that as well. We will all be able to hear each other soon. Soon. Soon being like a month from now or so. But it will happen. Mark, what happened? Ah. Yeah, dude, this game is freaking hokey with that. I need to ask our buddies on the PlayStation if they have the same problem. Hopefully it's just an isolated incident, but as we were discussing the other day, it's battlefield problems, quote unquote. There's a lot of death going on up above us. Let's do this. Let's do this. I have not even gotten a kill with this sniper rifle yet. I'm running around with the suppressed SRR, and yeah. I'm anything but pro right now. Dude, like that dude was like less than 5 feet from me and I didn't kill him. Okay, we are not gonna do sniper right now, guys. I'm sorry. I need to actually, I want to get some kills. I want this to be fun. I got killed by somebody whose name was Oops Turd Ferguson. So yeah, we're gonna switch weapons, cause yeah, when you get killed by a turd, it's never cool. Yeah, well, his clan was Oops, and then his name was Turd Ferguson, and then something else behind it. That was funny. Did you see that, babe? I was obliterated by Turd Ferguson. That sounds like something a toilet would say if they could speak. Yeah, I'm not gonna try to run down that alleyway because half our team isn't moving on to these people. If you look at the map, there's just a mass of people moving toward these couple of guys. And they all died. I didn't request ammo. Somebody requested ammo, so I just threw some down. I don't know. What do you guys think? If any of you played the Destiny beta, do you guys like the gestures that game has? Because I don't know if Mark and I or Shroomkiss rather, we were having so much fun with the gestures. It was ridiculous. Right? Yeah, just wait till you find somebody AFK. Well, here's the thing. Like, I left for like an hour or so during one game, and well, I should say one day, and I came back and there was literally like 12 people dancing on top of my head. Like, I was up on the roof in the tower, And yeah, it was absolutely ridiculous. Like I came back, and as soon as I stood up, because I was sitting, everybody just scattered, so that they knew what was up. We've been spotted, but it was funny. I did, before I officially came back in and actually stood up, I did take the time to get a screen capture. But I need to post that, because that was absolutely hilarious. Ooh, Swarm is back. Hello, Swarm. It's been a while since I've seen you, buddy. How are you?
Come on, let me patch you up.
Yeah, that's just system lag. I don't know what the hell.
Okay, we have lost
Try to,
objective Delta.
if you have the Connect enabled. Is it on? You don't have Connect. I was gonna say there is another way. If you have a mobile device, and you have Smart Glass enabled on it, or I should say installed and being used, you can actually force an app to become. You can basically force it to go back into Battlefield by using that Smart Glass. Tricks, people, tricks. Yeah, I can pull it in. I am actually trying to pull in that Diablo right now. Yeah, I figured it'd be fun to at least stream a couple of single-player games.
Target this objective.
And I haven't ever played any of the Diablo games, so... Yes, Shanzi! Shanzi's in here! Dude, I was actually... yes, I will have to change my title. We're gonna have to shoot for 50 now, I guess. Actually, you know what? Let's try to change it now. Tell me if it updates. Bam. Let me know if it updated. Dude, your stream is so awesome, Shanzi. There's so much activity from your chatters. It's ridiculous. I was not expecting. Run away! Run away! Sweet. Did you try that AA gun tip? Nah, man, it means a lot that you're back in here, dude. It was cool to check your stuff out. It's good to watch other people, especially other streamers on the games that I like to stream. Just so that we can see how each other's communities are growing and whatnot. Well, I was trying to ask you, how long have you been streaming for? I know that the question got asked how long were you streaming for that day, but that's... Battle pack. We can hear you. You can't go to the dashboard? Every time I look at the screen, I end up walking into a freaking wall. I feel kind of special. Two months ago, dude, holy cow, you have over 50 viewers concurrently in over 2 months. Dude, that's crazy. That is crazy.
I have eyes on a hostile sniper just east of your location.
Ah! 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 Ah. Are you in here, Mark? Yes? Okay. That's actually crazy. I was just going to ask you, Shanzi. We were just talking about hopefully having one of our PlayStation viewers in here, and then poof, you appeared. I have a question for you. So when you play Battlefield, do you guys get stuck in spectator mode every so often?
Be advised, we have just taken control of objective Bravo.
I'm in the same boat, dude. I don't really... I did a couple of YouTube videos. I never did any with my face or anything like that. Most of them were just game clips from, like, the 360 and whatnot. But most of them were old, like ancient stuff from Halo and whatnot. And a lot of my stuff just is gone. But, yeah, before streaming on here, I've never streamed before. But it's crazy how many people like to watch. Yeah, it's weird if you watch my stream every so often. I don't know, maybe it's a Kinect glitch. You know, the Kinect is really weird. It's still really finicky. But you'll be playing and then all of a sudden, if you're going in trying to set up your character, trying to adjust stuff, and the Kinect hears you, it spawns you, and you just get stuck. You can't move, you can't respawn, you can't do anything. Gonna get you. We're gonna get you. Oh, he went outside the map. What?
Soldier, where are you going?
Let me back in. Let me back in. No. No. I was trying to follow that dude trying to get a kill. Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to chase him. I do need a PS4. I will get the other systems. I'm also gonna try to do some. I'm gonna try to stream on everything. I'm gonna try to stream on the PC. I'm gonna try to stream on the PlayStation, the Xbox. I want to work on one of my goals. My first goal is to get an actual capture card. So that way I'm not streaming. A couple of my buddies have been recommending the Elgato. But I found this other card. You have to order it from, I think it's mainland China. It's pretty expensive. It's over $400 on its own. But it will record in full HD at 60 frames a second. And the delay is less than half of what the Elgatos and whatnot is. You know, your stream looks a lot better than mine does on the Xbox. I mean, you have a lot more oomph behind yours. So the PlayStation definitely has the extra processing power needed to push Twitch and stuff. I know the Xbox, you know, it has a lot of potential, but yours has just that much more raw computing power. I'm just an Xbox fan, and I love the community. Not to mention the exclusives. No, dude, I am a freak for Halo. I'm a freak for Halo.
Be advised, we have just taken control of objective Alpha.
Are you still streaming right now, Shanzi? Are you multitasking? I'm multitasking. I'm watching Stalker Coffee's stream. I'm chatting with you guys, talking with my buddies through the party. Yep. Yeah, he was actually, Stalker was in here the other day. I was never big on Halo after like the 3rd, but I feel if I'll have Destiny close enough for me. Just got off. I wish they made Destiny multi-platform as far as well, I should say cross-platform, because I think it would be really cool to party up with some of the other streamers and do some raids. That would be crazy. Message. Yeah, it's the guy that if you click on the people that I follow, so if you go to my stream and then click on who I'm following, he's the one that has like the Minecraft looking figure with a cup of coffee in his hand. He's streaming right now and they are playing I don't remember, RimWorld or something like that. Well, thank you for coming over here, dude. It's it's cool to have you in here, Sean. Yeah, I definitely need to get a PlayStation so I can jump in with you guys. See what all the hype's about. Yeah, you know, like I said, he's really laid back. His community is really friendly. Yeah, I think it's RimWorld. Yeah, if you see him, he's on the, I don't know, he's got a nice setup too. Let him know that I sent you. I've been meaning to do one of the, when I get off, I mean, he lives in the Netherlands, I think. So I've been meaning to do those hosting. I need to create a little circle or join a circle of streamers so that we can just trade off, and when one of us get off, we can send our followers and that. Well, he's really big on, he calls them raids, but he does a lot of, when he gets off for the night, he'll find somebody that doesn't have like a lot of people, and then he sends everybody in that direction, which is kind of cool. I don't really have enough people for that though, but I'm definitely on the days like when I get off, I'm gonna send my group his direction. Because he's fun to watch, and if I see, I need to send him Shanzi's way too, since he plays Battlefield on the PlayStation. And his community is Shanzi. If you guys haven't followed Shanzi yet, follow him. His Battlefield community is crazy. Like, there's so much activity in his chat, it's ridiculous. And everybody does challenges for him. Like, it was insane. So if you're still in here, Shanzi, you won't believe the challenge that I was issued. What was it, 2 days ago? I was issued some pretty crazy challenges. One of them not so crazy. The other one was pretty insane. I was issued a Renzook. A Renzook is, the person that I would say perfected it was Pony Lion. Basically what a Renzook is you're in a jet, you get another jet to try to attack you, right?
Hostile missile inbound. C4 planting.
Well, yeah, and then you take off. As he's following you, you get the problem is on the consoles, whether it be the PlayStation or the Xbox, it's really difficult to Renzook properly, just because of the fact that you don't always get that eject prop that shoots you up and above all the time. A lot of the time, you get where it will drop you out the bottom of the jet. So you got to get your pitch just right so it ejects you vertically, and then you flip around and you shoot the guy with an RPG that's chasing you. That's a Renzook. And in order to complete it 100% and get it perfect, you got to jump back in your jet. That is a completed Renzook. However, the majority of the time people consider if you're just able to blow the other jet up with an RPG or an SRA or whatever, you cannot use a Stinger. It has to be a straight firing projectile. Yeah, but it's the fact that you can parachute, and it's not really fair to use a Stinger. In order to do it right, you need to use the. I've even seen people try it with the MBT lock, which that's kind of ridiculous. But see, that's another one of those missiles. It gets close, yeah. I mean, it'll start to kind of sort of lock on. I'm getting shot to shit. I don't know where the hell those guys are shooting from. I think they're down below. Right? And it's really funny how I came across that guy. One of his friends, Shrimpy Data, which you'll see him in there too. He, for a while, he was making channel art, and in one of the message boards, he had an ad out for making channel art for people that aren't very good at making it, and he made some pretty crazy stuff.
Here's your ammo.
So I was following him, and I noticed there wasn't any more activity in the chat, so I was like, okay, well, you know, I'm gonna go check out his website. I went to his website. His website actually had a request form, so I sent him a request. And within a few hours, the guy sent me a reply back. It was like, oh yeah, I'm sorry, dude, I don't do that anymore. I looked at his profile, and in his profile, he had linked to a couple other people. So I went to some of the people that he was following because he had them in his friends list, and one of those people was Stalker. And I noticed Stalker was actually a regular streamer, so I started checking him out, and yeah, that's how that happened. I'm glad I did. Cool people. Oh, I got shot from behind. No! Are you still in here? Your mom made you? If you are, I will be doing another one of your road kills with the jet, kamikaze. But I am actually, I made your community challenge a little bit more difficult. Because the kamikaze, you know, it's cool, but we gotta make them hard. So I'm gonna shoot for actually getting a road kill with the jet as opposed to, and surviving. Not just a road kill, but a road kill and surviving. So I figured that would be a little bit better. I've actually done a couple of them already, so it's not that hard, but you do have to focus just because of the fact that when you come down and get close to the surface of anything, whether it be your wing, your nose, your landing gear, it's so easy to die. So we've got a bunch of people behind me. I'm at Alpha, guys. Are you in here, Mike?
Objective.
What squad?
Missile away. Stand by for impact.
Oh, okay.
Objective Alpha has just been neutralized.
Yeah. It's good to do a hard reboot on the Xbox every couple of days. I was actually trying to stream it right at noon, and I couldn't stream just because of the fact that there's a weird glitch, and I need to message Microsoft about it, and Twitch, because if you... Uh-oh, Mark disappeared. Maybe it's a bad server. What we need to do... Now I lost. How about trying to kamikaze and at the last second jump out? I can do that. I can do that. That's actually really fun. How about this? How about this? We will do naval strike later, and I will kamikaze and take out a boat. I will try to take out a boat full of people. Would that be adequate for your request or your challenge? I've been hoping. I don't know how many of you, as far as my viewers, have been able to see Tough Guy when he's in here, but one of his buddies, also one of my buddies, Sean, you'll hopefully be able to see him again at some point. He just hasn't been on lately, but Sean is cool. Believe it or not, he's actually works in, he does databases for big networking and server companies, and he took part in the setup of Destiny as far as the server side, so we all need to give him a great big thank you, and don't tell him that I said that what he was doing, because he probably would not be very happy, because all the disclosure agreements and whatnot, but he does need a thank you, because anybody that got to try Destiny or has played Destiny, you know, that game is so awesome. The servers don't lag. So they really hammered it down and figured out what needs to be done and how to play, or how to configure it so that we can all play and have a lot of fun without many, if any, issues. One thing I do want to do is I want to try to set it up, because I do live in Washington State, and I am a member of the playtest group for Microsoft, but I live too far away from Seattle to be able to do it continually. But I think what would be fun is I want to set it up so that I can go and at least do one, and I want to record the whole thing happening, short of me actually playing the game, of course, because of the NDA stuff, unless they actually allow me to record it. But I think it would be really cool to do that, kind of like a podcast sort of thing, so that everybody can see how that's done. 'Cause there's a lot of people that live too far away or can't take part in any of the play tests, and I think it'd be really cool for the community to be able to see how that's done. It makes us all feel special, you know? Yes, do that. I will, buddy. I will do that. Just for you. EAS Marine left the party. What is happening here? Is this like glitching really bad for you, Mark? Hello? I'm gonna hide for a second, and I'm going to open my party. What happened? Did it kick you out of the party? Xbox Snap Party. You there, Mark? Hello? Hello? What happened? Whoa, 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 whoa. Way over by Alpha on one of the roofs sniping. Shanzi! I'd rather be here though. Yeah, he's really mellow, and the games he plays are kind of slower paced. But it's really cool to watch him when he plays games like Hardcore. Was that you, Mark? Somebody sent a Hardcore invite. Anyway, I watched him play Dark Souls the other day, and believe it or not, I've never played any of the Dark Souls. So that was really cool to watch. I definitely want to, Is it? Well, we can go find another server. Hardcore for the win. I like Hardcore. The only problem is that a lot of people will complain about it just because of the fact that, oh, I get a lot of hate mail. Let's just put it that way. When I play Hardcore, I get hate mail. I don't like playing Hardcore. Hey, Ro? Are you coming back? Oh, okay. You hate Dark Souls? I've never played it. I watched it. It was cool. So after this round is over, what we'll do is we're going to pop out and we're going to go over to Naval Strike, if that's cool with you guys. Go to My Games and Apps. And then view your queue. What's it at? Well, what percent are you at? Oh. Alright. It's a good game, but it's so hard. That's what he was telling me. I guess he's played through it like half a dozen times or something like that, and every time you play it through, it gets more. Who is spamming the hardcore invites? I'm not. This is how we clear the room. No, I don't know who it is. I think it's that Alpha something or other that's on. He's like spamming shit. Stop spamming shit at us. I do want to play some hard games, though. You know, I wish that I was streaming when I played through a bunch of the games that came out recently. I would like to have streamed Wolfenstein. That was really cool. That was a fun game. Yeah, dude. Just I don't know who that kid is. Like I said, I think he's one of what's his face's buddies. I think he's one of Mike's buddies. I just called you what's his face. I'm sorry.
Objective Alpha neutralized.
18 weeks ago.
Enemy soldier spotted.
And you just noticed that he added you? Have you played Last of Us? I haven't, dude. I don't have a PlayStation, man. I had a PS3 right when the Slims came out. No, right when the Slims came out. And then the only reason why I got the PS3 was to play. I don't remember the name of the game. Infamous. Infamous. I got the console to play Infamous, and you know that was freaking awesome. I didn't even get to play the second one, the Second Son or whatever it was. I didn't get to play that because I got rid of my console. I got the PlayStation. I ended up modding it. And then Sony started sending SWAT teams to people's houses that had modded consoles. So yeah, that was a whole. Do you remember that, Shanzi? I don't know if you've been a PlayStation person for a while or not, but do you remember that whole thing that was going on with people with modded PlayStations? It was mainly because this one dude hacked their OS, and he's actually the person that originally hacked the iPhone. And he's just a kid. He's just a kid. And so he hacked the iPhone years ago. Then he ended up hacking the PlayStation because he's really good at finding low-level memory holes and exploiting them. So then he went to work for Sony after that because they're like, you know, we're not going to send you to jail if you stop what you're doing, tell people to stop doing it, and then help us fix the holes. And then, as of now, he works for Google. For the last I heard, I think he works for Google. But he was one of the ones. He won one of the challenges for the Hack Chrome. You know how they do every so often, every year or so, they do this huge hackathon where they're like, oh, you know, if you can hack Chrome or you can hack our OS, we'll give you like, I think it was like $10,000 or $30,000 or some shit. It was some insane amount of money. But of course, if anybody was able to do it, was him. And he did it, he won, and yeah, I guess they sent him a few weeks later, he said they sent him a job offer, and he's like, okay. I would work for Google, dude. I would love to work for Google. It was nuts. It scared the hell out of me. You can ask my wife. It scared the hell out of me as soon as I found out they were sending SWAT teams to people with modded PlayStation's houses. I was like, oh yeah, we're getting rid of this piece of shit. I mean, I love the PlayStation. He is like Neo. Let me look up his name real quick so I can give you guys his name, because this dude is amazing. Okay, so his name is George Hotz. H-O-T-Z. I definitely recommend looking up. If you've ever heard of the hacking group named Fail Overflow, yeah, that's him. He's also known as GeoHot. So if you've ever heard of GeoHot, again, that's him. Yeah, this kid is only 24 years old, guys. In August 2007, 17-year-old George Hotz became the first person reported to carry or unlock an iPhone. He traded a second blah, 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 blah. In September 2007, an anonymous group achieved software-only unlocking method to complement his stuff. In 2010, he discontinued his jailbreaking activities, citing demotivation over technology and the unwanted personal attention. And then in 2009 through 2011 is when he actually unlocked the PlayStation, and then Sony sued the fuck out of him, pardon my language. And then, yeah, as far as I know, yeah, just this year, July 16th, Google hired him as part of their Project Zero. So the reason Google is... Google created this new Project Zero. I definitely recommend looking that up too. Basically, Google, right now, Google's such a big company. Not only are they to a point now that they're fixing their own bugs in their stuff, he is crazy. And if you ever get in any of the chats where he's actually in there, he talks pretty crazy too. He's kind of a wackadoo, but dude, the kid's like an Einstein when it comes to programming and hardware decryption. Oh my gosh. And if Sony would have kept him on and hired him properly, I bet you it never would have got hacked. But anyway, okay, going back to Project Zero. So Project Zero is essentially Google is going to go and not only fix their own software, they're going to search the internet and get a hold of other companies' software, whether it be Windows, whether it be iOS, whether it be the Apple operating system, the Mac OS, apps, antiviruses, games. They're going to go through and they're going to find flaws and then submit them back to the companies telling them that their shit is broken. So that is what Project Zero is. It's essentially an epic hacking group that they're all white hat hackers, essentially. Their entire purpose is nothing but...
Get in the vehicle.
That dude just scared the shit out of me. I thought he was going to ghost ride that quad into my face.
Clear from the position. There's an enemy sniper.
He definitely looks like a person you wouldn't want to pick up on the side of the road. I'd be like, dude, this guy's going to murder me. Or even worse, I wouldn't even want to go to school with a kid like that. Like, I'd be kind of concerned. Yet, Google that Project Zero. I turned blank. Yeah, it's deer in headlights, man. Deer in headlights. In Battlefield, if a quad is coming straight for you, for me, it's like deer in headlights. I panic for a second. Well, and I tried to think for that split-second moment if I either want to dodge it, depending on how good the driver is. So you just have to watch for just that couple of milliseconds to see if the driver is going to be good enough to... If you dodge it at the last second, is he going to be able to anticipate that you're going to dodge it and fly into you? Because some people can, some people can't. Some people just drive straight into you, and you can dodge it. Other people, they can anticipate when you're going to move, so you have to anticipate and go the opposite direction. Somebody just died, like, right there. Aw, I might have to go on one of my C4 rampages again. I know, you know, for me, Google's got the money, and they have the know-how. I mean, a lot of people don't like them, just because of the fact that they're getting too big for their own britches. But, you know, if they're willing to spend the money, just like Google Fiber, if they're willing to push the world's backbone up to a point that consumers can get gigabit fiber. George Hotz, also known as GeoHot, G-E-O-H-O-T. Google it. Or Bing it. That's kind of funny. Google it, because he works for Google. What is this dude doing? Like, he saw me kill his teammate right next to him and he did nothing about it. Need help! Need a medic! Need a medic! Oh, and then I got shot anyway. George Hotz. Maybe Google was the one that hacked If Google was the one that hacked PlayStation yesterday, the amount of computing power they have, they would not need bots or anything. Google, it would just disappear. Like, they would just delete the PlayStation servers. Like, that's what terrifies me. Absolutely terrifies me. If Google ever goes, like, dark side, we're all fucked. We are all fucked. Well, because think about it, man. They have more servers than any other company. The only other company that can even come close to rivaling them as far as computing power is Amazon. And that's because, believe it or not, systems like Netflix, a lot of people don't know this, but systems like Netflix and Amazon's video on demand, of course, those all run in the cloud. Those companies don't own that cloud. They actually lease that from Amazon. And what actually happened recently, right? Well, Shanzi, it's funny that you say that. What terrifies me is the fact that Google is buying up artificial intelligence companies like DeepMind and whatnot. And then they go in and they start buying robotics companies like Boston Dynamics. They're either trying to build Terminators or they're trying to go iRobot. I mean, one way or the other. If we piss Google off, we're fucked. Right. How much is it to, like, buy Google stock? Okay, this is the crazy thing. If you wanted to buy into Google, just this last year, their stock split. Before their stock split, their stocks were selling for almost $1,300 per share. So one share would cost you, like, almost $1,300 for one share. Hi, Piran. I'm sorry, dude. Nightbot sucks. I'm alive! But you died. And I died again.
Take this first aid.
Watch out, print out streams, blah, 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 interesting samples for hour. You know, give me a second. I don't know. If you have a... If your link is on your profile, dude, I'll check it out, alright?
Objective Bravo has been neutralized.
So I'm definitely going to be looking for... and I wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry, everybody. And sorry about the coughing, guys. Getting over a cold. I've got too many windows open. I just killed my browser. Is that the g2a.com? Is that your site, dude? So yeah, I will be definitely looking for a graphic artist eventually. I want a I'm gonna try to find somebody to make me a logo. I want a nice phoenix drawn up. But I haven't taken the time to go and check stuff out. I'm just like randomly spawning on you guys and dying. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. They're like roaches. Let me see. I want to see if Shanzi's still in here. I want to ask him. Oh, he is still in here. So, Shanzi, have you ever done any of the bike launches? We like to do. I don't know if you were in here the other day when we were doing it, but we have a lot of fun just launching vehicles across the map.
Just taking control of Objective Bravo.
Sweet dude, thank you. I appreciate that, buddy. Let's have some fun, shall we? Shenanigans. No, I don't think he followed. He just sent me a link to his site. We're at 30. We're at 30 followers right now, which is freaking awesome.
Listen up.
I'm freaking out. Alright. Yes, ready. Let's see if we can get up on top of the apartments. No, not even near close enough. And I hit the wall and exploded. We need another set. I'll switch to sniper class and see if I have the 6 C4 as opposed to the 3. But yeah, I don't know. Have you ever done any of those launches, Shanzi, the stunt stuff? We have a lot of fun getting up on top of the buildings and just harassing. A little bit. Just a little bit.
Delta is neutralized.
Oh, I got it. I got 6. I got 6. I got 6. Somebody just stole our shit. Alright guys, I need to pause the stream for just a second. I need to go use the restroom. I will be right back in just a moment, so please don't leave. And I just blew that up for no reason. What are you doing, crazy guy? Alright, I need to redeploy. That looks like we lost somebody. No. Ah, it looks like we lost Shanzi. Bummer. That was cool, dude. Having Shanzi in here, that's cool. He's a cool dude. Like, his stream is crazy.
We're just taking control of objective Charlie.
Alright, we're just gonna mess around for the rest of this round, and then we'll get serious after this, guys. We just gotta have some fun, you know? I'm still here. Yay! I will do the challenge, don't you worry. Alright, we're gonna fly. Everybody ready? Here we go! And that would be how you get up on a roof. Alright, we're good, buddy. Oh, and I got my my suppressed SRR. I guess, yeah. I didn't realize I had my suppressed SRR. Oh, I fell through already. Damn it, don't spawn on me, spawn on my beacon. Spawn on my bacon. Your mom made you. We will be doing the challenge. We are actually waiting for Marine to or Matt to finish downloading the maps, and then we will rock some naval strike and do some epic boat attacking. You just fell off. You just fell off. No. Alright, let's see here. Looks like there's a bunch of guys over here, so I'm gonna try to go to the edge and get some C4 kills. Oh, he only had 3% health. What is up with that? Alright, let's see here. He is back. Alright, are you back up? Are you still up there? Or did you fall off too? Yeah, I was trying to be cocky and went to the edge and fell off. Like, I got this! Ah! That's what happens when we try to be badasses. We all fall off. Oh, okay, I'm dead. Yay! I went back up top. Just no scope snipers and join face. There you are. We thought you ditched us. I was gonna cry. Yeah, I think that was part of my problem the past couple of days. I've not been eating properly. I've only been streaming, and I've been drinking energy drinks like for 2 days, almost 3. I ate like nothing, and I didn't even realize it. Like I make the kids food, right? And then so I make sure they get fed, and then I just come back and I either refill my coffee or I sit down with some snacks, and I don't even realize that I didn't eat anything. So like I'm dragging ass and I didn't even realize why. So I keep drinking the energy drinks and stuff, which is tearing up my stomach. Yeah, not a good combination, guys. Shame on me. I don't have G Fuel right now. I don't even have any more Red Bull. I've just been drinking coffee now. I should. You know, I would have Hot Pockets in my house, but I don't support Nestle anymore. And Nestle owns the company that makes Hot Pockets. Yeah. Like, I won't drink their chocolate milk, I won't drink their bottled water or anything. I refuse to have it. I won't even eat their chocolate. Nestle is one of the... I don't want politics to get involved in the gaming, but in case you guys know, this is the reason why I don't eat or consume Nestle products. So, Nestle basically what they're doing is they go into third world countries, or even second world countries like Iran, Iraq, places like that, and they will buy up. They were just recently they got in trouble in Canada because basically what they went in is they went into Canada and bought out the water rights to the groundwater there. So they bought up a bunch of water rights, and the farmers aren't able to pull the water out of the ground because there's only so much water you're supposed to be pulling from the ground. But when these corporations come in, they spend hundreds of millions of dollars lobbying, and they get the rights to pull the groundwater out that the farmers can't use, so people can't have food, and then they sell it back to the people. It's horrible. Absolutely horrible, and they're not the only company that does that. There is a few companies out there that do that kind of shit, but Nestle is absolutely notorious for that shit. And yeah, no. Any company that goes into, especially companies that are drought-ridden, like I don't remember, it was a country in the Middle East that they just went in and they basically seized a bunch of wells. The government did, and that's because Nestle had bought the rights to the water, and so they basically cut off water access to the people that were living in that area. It was already shitty water to begin with, so that they could pump it out of the ground directly. I mean, basically they were cutting off and sealing the wells, putting their own taps in, and pumping it, putting it in bottles and selling it to people. And in my opinion, that's wrong. That's wrong. Not to mention, some years ago, having kids, you tend to follow. I don't really like children being fed formula, but unfortunately, certain things happen in the women biochemically sometimes that they either can't breastfeed or it's difficult for them to breastfeed. Not to say anything bad about that, but again, politics. But anyway, basically Nestle, some years ago, they were producing their Infamil. Was it Infamil? She's asleep. It's whatever Nestle's formula is. But basically, they got one of their formulas wrong, and a bunch of babies died. And that's because they didn't properly test it before they sent it out. So that alone, I stopped buying Nestle products for years, and then I started, unfortunately, eating them again because you don't realize it when you're in the store and you're like, oh, this looks good. But yeah, so that would be my backstory of why I don't support Nestle. You can actually even look up. So this is what bothers me about a company like that. And they're not the only company. They're not big bad. They're not the only big bad company out there. There's so many of them out there. And I think this is part of the reason why bigger companies need regulated to a stricter extent. Is you can actually Google and watch the video of the Nestle CEO talking about water not being a human right. It's a luxury. Watch it. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Food and water, those are human rights. Even internet in this day and age. I mean, food, water, clothes, housing, those are human rights. Everybody should have those. Even access to the internet, free access to the internet should be free. Do I think that, should everybody get gigabit fiber for free? No. But I do think that maybe like everybody should get like not necessarily like a 56K, but maybe a megabit connection or even a 512 kilobit connection. Every single person in the world should have access to the internet for free, in some way, shape, or form. Even Google believes that. That's part of their whole blimp initiative. They're trying to do those balloons with the internet on it, and now they're trying to do. They're also trying to launch satellites that'll do the same thing. I mean, I'm not a supporter of Google or anything, but I do believe in a lot of what they do. Shut up, man! Shut your mouth about the little cheeseburgers, man! Are you talking about the little White Castle burgers? No, no.
I have eyes on a hostile machine gunner east of your position. I need you to attack this objective.
I was gonna say, are they like... I know Walmart and a lot of the grocery stores make them now.
Attack this objective.
They don't. They actually pay other people to make it.
Eyes on an enemy sniper.
Dude, I was up there and I almost got a 4-way kill with a knife. Somebody spawned and saw me. That sucked. We did have up to 6 viewers. We still have 3. Cheers, guys. You guys are awesome. I love playing games, but I have to say I love playing them so much more when I have an audience. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. It's weird. Like, I'm not a people person. Like, you wouldn't guess it, right? Watching my streams, watch me play, like watching my reactions, you would not guess that I'm not a people person, but I am absolutely not a people person at all. I've never been a people person, ever. Well, I mean, you can have the facade of being a people person, which, I mean, when I worked retail, I had the facade of being a people person. Like, you pretend that you like people and whatnot, but you really don't. You absolutely loathe and hate people. I mean, that's how I was for years, but, I mean, for me, I don't know what it is. I mean, when I'm online, it's not the anonymity, because, you know, I don't mind people knowing who I am. I don't mind people knowing, you know, I live in the Pacific Northwest. You know, if who? This trying boat. And he detonated it. Or he's trying to launch you. Because I did throw some C4 on a quad earlier. On that last map. And I think he saw what we were trying to do. You're not in here? I do promise, guys, we are going to be going to Naval Strike. I want to go as a group. Yeah, so, that's not how we are, dude. That's not how we are. We go as a group or not at all, man. I am not going to repeat that. I'm going to say it again. That is not something that I repeat, especially while live streaming. Who? Oh, I hope nobody watched that. That was pretty horrific. Oh, and that burns. Have you ever heard of Contigo? They make cups and shit. Oh, ooh, ooh! Viewers, watch this. This is awesome. This map is so awesome about the mudslide. The mudslide. The mudslide. Look at all that. Look at that shit. That is freaking awesome. Levolution in this game is awesome. Blah! And now the entire dynamics of the map has changed. And I just watched. Oh, you knifed a buddy and I knifed you, bitch! That's right! That's right! Whoa! That's how we do it, motherfucker! Sorry for the language, guys, but... Oh, and I heard somebody else, so I just jumped off my little slot I opened in the glass.
Heads up! Hostile vehicle due west in position.
Who? Oh, are you talking about the SpaceX guys?
Hostile soldier spotted.
Weapon?
I've spotted an enemy machine gun east of your current position.
SpaceX?
Control objective Bravo.
No, who? Who are you? You talking about DARPA stuff?
An enemy sniper east of your position.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's been worked on for a long time. There's a lot of stuff up there that, if you talk to astronomers that monitor the position of different satellites and that actually watch them visually, there's some shit up there that will blow your mind. Like, there's shit up there it's not even talked about. Like, I've seen pictures of shit, like satellites that are so big that you're like, how the hell did they get it up there? Like, they're single piece satellites. They are not multi-part. Well, no, these are single piece satellites, and there's like, they should not have been able to make that up there. So it's like they either were fully constructed in space, or they were launched from down here on rockets that they've never announced.
I got eyes on an enemy soldier.
Because, you know, they're talking about creating.
We lost objective Echo.
Well, I mean, what's funny is, you know, we've been talking like the U.S. has been their whole Star Wars weapons program for decades now. But what's funny is there's actually Star Wars era weapons platforms in space. Like, again, seen pictures of them, but they've never been used. Well, officially used.
Enemy machine gunner east of your position.
That would actually be kind of funny.
We need you to attack this objective.
I don't know, it kind of makes me laugh, some of that shit. What makes me wonder is why would you put weapons platforms in space when there's no other country? The only other country that we should ever be, the only two countries that we should ever be concerned about possibly creating big enough weapons platforms in space to or even be able to attack each other is, you've got Russia, which the U.S. and Russia's ties recently have been really strained. So, I mean, we very well could go into another Cold War if it goes bad enough. And China. I mean, those are the only real superpowers in the world that could ever. I mean, unless there was a massive group of countries that came together, there's the likelihood of a challenge would be minimal. And I'm not talking bad about other countries. I'm just saying, you know, facts are facts. You just tried to RPG me? Are you kidding me? I'm gonna come and mess up your face. Oh, he got me. He heard me parachute down and he turned around and got me. He's 19 health. He's coming up on the left side platform Alpha. Nope, somebody just murked him. But, I mean, here's what bothers me. What is the point in putting platforms like that in space? What was that? What was that, Mark? Huh. But here's the thing. I mean, when you put platforms like that in space as a just in case, what happens if somebody finds a way to hack it? You basically, those aren't protected. Right. Well, and it's not just use it against them; it's use it against everybody. I mean, it's just it's mind-bogglingly stupid unless there's a bigger picture at play that none of us know about it. Maybe. You know, what you hear is always going to be misinformation. Always going to be misinformation. So they might say that, oh, you know, this. Right. As far as. Always assume, especially when they're talking. If anything.
Spotted a hostile
right.
soldier. A hostile soldier. I spotted a hostile soldier.
So that's the real problem, is that it's all about misinformation. They might say, oh yeah, you know, we got this new weapons platform that we're putting up in space. Here's the two questions I have. Why would it be needed? Which, if it's for a just-in-case, it's not for a just-in-case. Because a weapons platform is never designed as a just-in-case measure. Just like the nuclear bomb. The nuclear bomb, we were building it so that we would be the first ones to have it. That's not the real reason why it was built. That's not the real reason why it was built at all. It was built to be used.
Spotted a hostile soldier.
Well, when you strain the world, dude, that's what happens. What? Don't watch that shit. This dude was getting ready to shoot one of our teammates, and I totally just ran up in his face, and he didn't even counter my knife. You know, it was in the side, but it started in the front. If you would have hit his stuff fast enough, it would have been a counter. Now, I'm worried about bigger pictures. Like, there's been a lot of talk, especially in space right now, where we're sending satellites to observe all of these comets and asteroids. We're deploying multiple, we're designing tons of new rockets right now. Look at the push for miscellaneous space. You know, I'm concerned that there's something going on or coming our way that they don't want to tell us. That's what concerns me. What, to learn? You're glitching a little bit, buddy. You're glitching a little bit. I can't hear you. It might be my connection, though. I've noticed I've been getting a lot of lag since I installed this, or since I had Comcast come and install this X1 DVR. Yes. Which supposedly this X1, let's see, come on Phoenix, let's stop talking about this stuff, please. Okay, dude, I will. I'm sorry. What would you like to talk about? Yes, give us a topic and we will talk about it. Good point, Mark. Bunnies. You know, back in the... It's funny that you mentioned that. You know, if you watch my streams, I do hop around a lot. Yeah. Well, if you're getting shot at, you know, the whole evasive patterns isn't usually enough. Hopping around works a lot better. even though this game isn't quite as, however sad it is, it's not quite as accurate as, like, let's say Halo as far as hit damage and stuff. Because Halo, if you shoot somebody in the foot, it's less likely to kill them than shooting them in the head. This game, you shoot them in the head or in the foot, and they die regardless. Games, that's my topic. You got it, buddy. And I just, oh my gosh, I blew my... Yes. How many of you guys are going to be joining us during our Destiny launch live stream? Because we are going to be streaming that like a mother. Right. And I will do my best to make sure that I have G Fuel by then, everybody. Because what I would like to do if I don't have G Fuel is I'm gonna try to do a Destiny launch 24-hour stream. I will hit rank +8 the first day. How about you? Your mom made you. Are you excited for Destiny? Well, like I said before, if you can't buy it right away, oh, I got ran over by a dude that was already dead. Somebody else knew my yeah, just try to do GameFly. Talk to your parents and see if they'll let you do GameFly. You know, do some extra chores or something like that and see if they'll sign up for it. Okay. Well, here's what's cool. So if you were to sign up for it now and you put it as your only game in your list, but you don't check out any other games right now. When Destiny launches, they'll send you a brand new copy. That's happened for the last 3 launches. When Battlefield came out, I got Battlefield the day of, because they shipped the day before. I got Watch Dogs the day of, and I got Wolfenstein the day of. 3. And if you guys want, you know, I did notice that GameFly, if you refer friends, there's something like I would get free months or something like that. So if you guys want to sign up for GameFly and you haven't already and you want to try it, I would be ecstatic if you would sign up through a link that I will post, because that gives me some free time. Let me look real quick though. I want to see, because it might actually give, because I think the first month might even be free. Give me just a second, guys. I'm signing into my GameFly account to check something real quick, and I will start to play again. Please don't leave. I'm going to be playing. I just want to check something really quick. I want to make sure I'm giving proper information. So right now, as far as GameFly is concerned, I have 2 games out, or movies, because they have movies now as well, and it costs $22.95 a month. 3-game plan is $30 a month, and I don't know what a single game plan is. Here's the refer a friend program. It is first name, last name, email. Richard. Start now. Send to, and then it has emails. Share with your friends. I can. And you guys get a free month too. So if you use the link that I'm gonna post in the chat for GameFly, if you don't already have it and you'd like to try it, for not only do I get a free month, but you guys get a free month too. So it's a win-win. Try it for a month. Don't like it, get rid of it. Right? Then it doesn't cost you anything. I think what they do is they do like that dollar hold on a card or whatever temporarily, but I'm not positive. But here is the link. I'm gonna post it in the chat. I can also post it on my Facebook and Twitter, which I have figured out how to configure my bots. Your mom made you. Check this out. I was trying to do it so you guys could listen to some songs, but I can't get the song thing to work, and I don't know what the dealio is. I think it's because I'm streaming off the Xbox. So once I get a capture card, I'm going to have some music. But if you guys would like, I'm also going to post a link to that music that my buddy made again. So there's the music that my buddy made. Check them out if you get time. Let me know what you think. I know a couple of them are a little rough. Like there's a couple of songs that he left basically an 8 set of beat at the end of the song when there should have only been 2 sets of beats at the end of the song. So that's just me being overly critical. But that was not me being critical, that's him being critical, so I'm just relaying what he said. So. Dexter, I love you, buddy. I love your music. You need to make me more. You make me foam at the mouth. Ah! Yeah, I was supposed to say that when I was doing all those knives, wasn't I? Give me your heart. Or Little Nicky style, I will eat your heart. Yes. I do want to do, that would be awesome. How cool would that to actually have the capture set up so that when it sees you knife somebody like that, it says that, it's like, your soul is mine. I mean, that would be, dude, that would be so badass to set that up, to be able to do that. Dude, if somebody's running up on me, I'm gonna be pissed. Oh, somebody is running up on me. Go away, go away. I need an adult. I need an adult. What? On my Twitter, yeah, somebody was talking about. Yeah, you know, he said he sent it straight to my Twitch, but I don't see it. I don't know what that person was talking about. Oh wait. Facebook.com/Hyperion Designs. Let's check him out. That's kind of cool. Some of them are a little basic. I kind of want to go way above and beyond what this is. But this channel, as it grows, there's going to be, I'm going to invest a lot of time in it. It's just since we're just starting out, you know, we're just growing our viewers and whatnot. I'm trying to take it a little bit slow, everybody, so I do apologize if it's a little slow for some of you, but we will get crazy here soon. There's going to be a lot of insanely awesome stuff happening, I promise. Anything from, I am going to be, like I said, I'm going to be trying to set up a video blog to go along with the whole gaming and whatnot. So there'll be like a weekly blog, which if you guys miss us, like if you're on vacation and whatnot, we're going to have our clips. I'm going to start to edit all of my stuff, which I've been starting to upload to YouTube. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff that we're gonna be doing. I'm just kind of dragging behind, and I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, you know. I'm really excited about all this, but I'm afraid that if I get too excited for it, I'm gonna end up like getting disappointed. Not in you guys, in myself. Oh, he's completed? Alright, so your mom made you. We are going to be moving over to Naval Strike as soon as this is over. So this round is actually pretty close. Those guys only have like 196 tickets left, and then we're going to rock the Naval Strike. We're going to bomb some boats! EA access? Yeah, I got EA access. That's actually not bad if you don't want to like buy the full games or whatever. Like I said, I sent back my Battlefield. I don't know if I told everybody that. I had Battlefield through GameFly. Because I bought it for the 360 and then I missed their whole swap over thing, so. Oh, dude, I suck with the sniper right now. Woo! Your mom made you said, woo! Yes, we're going to get interesting and crazy. Oh no, 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 no! Like Cleveland, no, 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 no! I don't really like this cup. I don't think I'm going to use this cup when I'm streaming anymore. Because that's like the 4th time I've shot coffee at my nose when I'm drinking it. Like as soon, because it. Right? Trying to get the coffee straight to my brain, you know. Direct access to caffeine. With sugar. Yeah, that was pretty bad. There's a dude up on the catwalk below us. Wild and crazy. I'm gonna go kill that dude. I'm coming for you. You out! You killed me and I killed you! I no-scoped. Yeah, I no-scoped that dude in the chest. I just ran up behind him. I was like, oh, this isn't gonna work. As soon as he turned around, I just rushed at him and popped the trigger. Right down here. Like right over here. Please don't let me get knifed. I don't like the knife in my face. But you do. You like the knife. Your soul is mine. No.
Just east of your location, there appears to be a hostile sniper.
Anyway, what I was saying is how badass would that be to have a like a detection algorithm that as soon as you knife somebody and it saw you knife somebody, dude, motherfuckers. Yeah, I saw you there. I'm not stupid, dude. Anyways, as soon as you knife somebody, it plays that in the stream. It plays that your soul is mine. Would that not be badass? What happened? Baby? Baby? Oh. Wow. We kind of dominated, didn't we? Naval strike! We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna back out to the main menu. And then we're gonna... Too bad it's not double XP. Coffee. Coffee! Somebody said coffee? I don't know if I know you work tomorrow too, don't you? You better get to bed early, buddy. Alright, squad join. Set it up. Anyway, I know you're like tweaking a little bit, aren't you? Alright, I created a squad, so go into the squad join. Yeah. Anyway, so for those of you that missed it, my wife came home the other night with a 3-pound bag of Haribo gummy bears. So like 3 pounds, guys, not one of those small ones. We're talking like 3 pounds of sugar. Uh-oh, baby's grouchy. Okay, he's better now. I just gave him his bottle and he laid back down. He was upstairs in his bed. And of course my wife was a fruit last night, so I tried to hide the box full of the gummies. Because I put them in one of my son's little like wipey boxes. Because it's a big, dude, it's a big bag. I hid it up on one of the shelves by our laundry cart, and the ceiling fan is over by there, and of course my wife goes in there after him. I have the one that you hear crying every so often next to me, or you hear him giggling or growling. That's the 11-month-old. I also have a 5-month-old, a 5-year-old that's almost 6. And then I have an 11-year-old. So yeah. They're all goofy kids. My boys, yes, my boys are definitely goofy. My daughter's a little strange, but it's okay. It's okay. But yeah, I don't know. My wife was being goofy though. Instead of taking the box down, she like reached in there and grabbed a handful of packs of gummies, like not the Haribo ones. Like we had fruit snacks in there, and she grabs them and she tries to toss them. And of course she tosses them right into the blades of the fan, so the fan just peppers gummies all over the house. And of course it hit her hand, so she's got a nice big slice across her hand because of it. I felt really bad, but I couldn't help but laughing. She was laughing. It was kind of ridiculous last night. So, and no, I was not streaming last night, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, well, she said it didn't hurt at first, but I noticed she was playing with it quite often, so I think it did hurt her. She was just trying to be tough. I'm in the squad join. And I might be yawning, guys, but I'm not tired. I promise. I'm not tired. I am not. What do you mean? I saw a new squad. I created a new squad. No, I created a squad. This game is pissing me